Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're cracking open a treasure chest of money mindsets. Based on a popular Alex.com video, we'll be exploring some seriously powerful ideas for boosting your financial growth. I can't wait to unpack this.
Oh, this is going to be good. This video really digs into the core of how we think about money, those beliefs that can either propel us forward or honestly hold us back.
So true, and that's why we're here to break it all down.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, one of the things that immediately grabbed my attention was this idea of money follows mastery. Sounds simple on the surface. What's your take on it?
Well, it gets pretty interesting. The video actually highlights research connecting stronger math skills to, get this, a significantly higher salary. Like we're talking a $21,000 annual increase.
Wow. Okay, that's a huge difference. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
Beyond math, what kind of skills should we be honing to boost our earning power? Especially in today's world, things are changing so fast.
Right. It's not just about crunching numbers. Think of it like a value ladder. The more specialized and in-demand your skills, the higher you climb, the more value you offer.
I like that. Value ladder.
Yeah. And the key here, being a lifelong learner, always upskilling, staying ahead of the curve.
So true. So true. What skills do you think could boost your earning power if you really mastered them?
Ooh, that's a good one to ponder.
Yeah, something to think about. But sometimes, honestly, I feel like I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to money. You ever get stuck in those negative thought patterns? Like, ugh, I'm just not good with money.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
The video actually addresses this head on.
It does, and it offers a really powerful reframe. Instead of saying, I'm not good with money, try shifting to, I'm not in control of my money yet.
Oh, interesting. I like that. It's subtle, but I can see how that would make a big difference.
Oh, it does. It's huge.
But how does changing that language actually translate into making better financial decisions?
Well, when you feel in control, you're more likely to be proactive. You start asking questions, seeking information, making conscious choices.
Instead of just reacting impulsively.
Exactly. You're less likely to mindlessly swipe that credit card or fall for, some shiny marketing trick.
It's about being intentional, making choices that align with your values and, well, your long-term
I
goals.
like it. Yes. And that leads us to another super important mindset the video highlights, prioritizing security over status. It's so easy to get caught up in the comparison game, especially in today's social media world, trying to keep up with, everyone
Oh,
else.
tell me about it. I remember when I was younger.
We've all been there. But what's really interesting is that true security, that feeling of financial stability and peace of mind, that brings deeper satisfaction than any fleeting status symbol ever could.
Yeah, it's not about depriving yourself or living a, boring life.
No, not at all.
It's about those choices that support your future self,
Yeah.
bringing genuine, lasting fulfillment.
Absolutely. And this whole idea of security over status, it leads us to another crucial point. Earning more, not just saving more.
I think we get so fixated on budgeting, penny pinching, that we sometimes forget about increasing our income.
Exactly. While being mindful of spending is crucial, focusing solely on frugality, it can be like putting a cap on your potential.
Interesting.
Like, imagine trying to fill a bathtub with a dripping faucet. To truly build wealth, you got to open up the flow, generate more income, create opportunities for real growth.
That's a great analogy. So how do we do that? I mean, it's easy to say earn more, but putting it into practice, that can feel daunting.
It can. That's where this concept of leverage comes in.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about leverage.
Think of it as finding those actions that create a ripple effect, where a small amount of effort yields a much larger result.
Okay, give me some concrete examples of how leverage plays out in, personal finance.
Sure, instead of working endless hours at a low-paying job, you might invest that time in acquiring a high-demand skill, something that could boost your earning potential significantly. Or you could leverage technology to create a passive income stream, like building an online course or writing an ebook.
So it's about working smarter, not just harder, maximizing your impact.
Exactly.
This is already giving me so much to think about. Maybe we should pause here for a minute, let these first few mindsets really sink in. Okay, let's jump back into these money mindsets and unlock even more potential for, financial growth.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
One that really stuck with me was this whole idea of leveraging your worth. The video even suggests that sometimes, you need to oversell yourself a bit, especially when negotiating salary or rates. That seems kind of counterintuitive.
It can feel that way, yeah, especially if you're someone who tends to be, well, more humble, underplay accomplishments and such.
Oh, for sure.
But think about it. How often do we actually downplay our skills or hesitate to ask for what we truly deserve?
I know I've definitely been there, especially, earlier in my career. Afraid of seeming too aggressive or demanding?
It's a common trap, but the video really pushes us to break free from that, step into our power. It's not about being arrogant or unrealistic.
Right.
It's about recognizing your value and then, confidently articulating it.
Yeah, I get that.
Doing your research, understanding the market rate for your skills, your experience, and then going into those negotiations with confidence.
So backing it up with, like, concrete evidence.
Exactly.
Showing how those skills, that experience, translates into value. I can see how that would make a difference, not just for, earning potential, but even for your own self-assurance.
For sure. And even if you don't get everything you ask for in a negotiation, just the act of advocating for yourself, that sends a message.
That's true.
Shows that you value your time, your skills, your contributions.
It makes a statement.
It does.
Okay, speaking of valuing your time and energy, the next mindset, this one, I gotta say, I found surprisingly counterintuitive. The video suggests that tracking your finances actually reduces financial stress.
I know, right?
I would thought it'd do the opposite.
You think it'd add more stress.
Totally.
Yeah, but the key here is it's about shifting from this feeling of scarcity and fear to a feeling of awareness and control.
So instead of feeling like money is constantly slipping through your fingers, you have a clearer picture of where it's going and, well, why?
Exactly. When you're actively tracking, you gain a better understanding of your spending patterns.
Your habits.
Yeah. This awareness allows you to make those informed decisions, adjust your behavior as needed. You might realize, wow, I'm spending way more on eating out than I thought. Or those subscription services are really draining my budget.
Right. And once you have that information, you can start making changes, right? Yeah. Changes that actually align with your values and, well, your financial goals.
Exactly. It might be cutting back on certain expenses, negotiating better rates on your bills, or even finding ways to, increase your income.
Yeah. It's about that control, feeling empowered to make choices that support your well-being, your financial well-being.
Exactly. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by financial anxiety, you're taking those proactive steps, to manage your money effectively.
Like having a financial GPS guiding you towards your destination instead of just, driving around aimlessly.
I love that. A financial GPS.
And speaking of navigating, the video really emphasizes the importance of continuous learning when it comes to, well, all things personal finance. Why is that so crucial?
Well, think about it. The financial landscape is constantly changing. New investment opportunities emerge, technology disrupts industries, economic conditions fluctuate. It's like trying to sail a boat in uncharted waters without a map or a compass.
Oh, I get seasick just thinking about that.
Right. Continuous learning, that's what helps you stay ahead of the curve. Adapt to the new challenges, make those informed decisions that align with your circumstances and, of course, your goals.
Makes total sense. But there's so much information out there. Where do you even begin?
Well, the good news is there are more resources available than ever before. You got books, podcasts, online courses, financial blogs. You can even consult with financial advisors. The key is, be selective. Find those sources you trust. Focus on learning from experts who've got that proven track record of success.
Finding what works for you. Making learning a regular part of your routine, not just a one-time thing.
Right, exactly. And just as important as acquiring that knowledge, putting it into action.
Oh, tell me about it.
You can read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, but if you don't apply what you've learned, it won't make a difference.
It's like that information overload trap. You consume so much, but then, don't take those concrete steps to implement the ideas.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught in that cycle, but the video stresses the importance of taking action. Even small steps at first.
Small steps, yeah.
It's about building that momentum, creating those positive habits that support your financial growth.
Like that saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Exactly. And each step you take builds confidence, reinforces that belief that you have the power to shape your financial future.
It's empowering.
It is. It might be as simple as, setting up a budget, automating your savings, or, even just researching a new investment opportunity. The key is to start somewhere, keep moving forward.
One of the most profound mindsets the video encourages is this idea of viewing money as a tool.
Yes.
Not the end goal itself.
So important.
It's easy to get caught up in that pursuit of money just for money's sake.
Yeah.
But when we shift our perspective, see it as a tool, it changes everything.
It really does. It's like the difference between seeing a hammer as just, a piece of metal versus recognizing its potential to build something incredible.
That's a great way to put it.
When we see money as a tool, we can start thinking about how to use it intentionally to create the life we want.
Instead of being driven by scarcity, fear, we can focus on abundance and possibility. Ask ourselves, what do I truly value? What kind of experiences do I want to create? How can money help me achieve my goals, and live a more fulfilling life?
Exactly. It's
And
all about aligning your financial choices with your values and aspirations.
love that.
For some, it might be traveling the world. For others, it might be starting a business, spending more time with loved ones.
It's personal.
It is. Money becomes that means to an end, a way to create that life you desire, not just the sole focus of your energy.
This next tip is a classic, but it's so important that it bears repeating. Paying yourself first. Gotta admit, I've struggled with this one in the past. Easy to prioritize bills, other expenses. How do we consistently put money aside for our future selves?
It's a common struggle, but the video highlights a simple yet effective strategy. Treat your savings goals like a non-negotiable expense, just like your rent or your mortgage payment.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's about prioritizing your future financial well-being, making it a habit, and the best part, you can automate the process so you don't even have to think about it.
That's the key, right? Set it and forget it.
Exactly. The video also mentions a study. It found that individuals who pay themselves first are more likely to achieve those savings goals and experience less, financial stress.
Makes sense. When you prioritize your financial well-being, you're setting yourself up for, well, a more secure and peaceful future.
Exactly.
It's like building that foundation that lets you weather any storm
Yeah.
and pursue your dreams,
Yeah.
with confidence. This next concept, I think, might be a bit controversial for some. The video suggests that working for someone else can sometimes limit your earning potential. It encourages viewers to consider entrepreneurship.
It's a thought-provoking idea for sure. While traditional employment, it offers that stability, those benefits, often comes with like a ceiling on your income. You're trading your time for money, and there are only so many hours in a day.
Right. I can see how that could feel limiting, especially if you're, ambitious, driven to achieve financial freedom. But isn't entrepreneurship risky? Doesn't it take a certain type of personality and a lot of hard work to actually succeed?
Oh, absolutely. It's not for everyone, definitely comes with its own set of challenges. But the takeaway here is to be open to exploring different avenues for generating income. Don't limit yourself to those traditional employment models.
So having that entrepreneurial mindset, even if you're not like ready to start a business right now,
Exactly.
being creative, resourceful, always on the lookout for those opportunities to, leverage those skills and passions in new ways.
Exactly. And even if you're not planning on, becoming a full-fledged entrepreneur, there are so many ways to explore side hustles, passive income streams, or even freelance opportunities. Things that can provide additional income, diversify your financial portfolio.
That's a great point. This leads us to another mindset I think is crucial for success in any area of life,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to, well, finances. Embracing failure, seeing it as a necessary part of growth.
It's easy to get discouraged by those setbacks or mistakes, but the video, it encourages us to reframe failure as an opportunity for learning and growth.
Adopting that growth mindset.
Yes,
Right.
where you see those challenges as opportunities to develop resilience, adaptability, problem-solving skills.
And the video gives some great examples of like really successful individuals who embraced failure, used it as a stepping stone on their path to achieving their goals.
It's powerful, right? Because even the most accomplished people have faced their fair share of setbacks and failures. The key is how they respond to those challenges. Do they let them define them, hold them back? Or do they use them as fuel to propel themselves forward?
That's the question.
It is.
So it's about seeing those failures as valuable data points,
Right.
right? Analyzing what went wrong, learning from the experience, and then using that knowledge to course correct,
Yeah.
make better decisions.
Exactly. Developing that grit and determination that allows you to push through obstacles and come out stronger. And remember, don't be afraid to fail fast and fail often. The more you experiment, take risks, put yourself out there, the more you'll learn and accelerate your growth.
This has been so insightful, but I think we need to pause here again, let all this information sink in. We'll be right back to wrap things up and leave you with some actionable steps, things you can do to apply these powerful money mindsets to your own financial journey. Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into these powerful money mindsets. Ready to put these ideas into action?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. We've covered a lot of ground, exploring some, I think, game-changing mindsets from that Alex.com video, 15 money mindsets that speed up your growth. We started with that foundation. Money follows mastery. It's a great reminder that investing in your skills, your knowledge, is one of the best ways to boost your earning potential.
And it's not just learning for learning's sake, right? It's about identifying those high-value skills, the ones that are in demand, aligning your efforts with, well, the needs of the market. Remember that value ladder we talked about? The higher you climb, the more you offer, the more you can command.
Right, becoming indispensable, a master of your craft. But even with the skills, the knowledge, sometimes those limiting beliefs get in the way. The video challenges us to shift our language from, I'm not good with money, to, I'm not in control of my money yet.
Yeah, that small shift can make a world of difference. It's about taking ownership, recognizing that you have the power to make choices and create positive change.
Moving from that victim mentality to an empowered one. We also talked about prioritizing security over status. In today's social media world, it's so easy to get caught up trying to, keep up with everyone else.
Oh, it's a trap we all fall into. But true wealth, it's not about those flashy things. It's about building that solid financial foundation, the one that gives you peace of mind, freedom to choose, ability to pursue your passions without constantly worrying about, money.
And it's not about depriving yourself or living a boring life. It's about aligning your spending with what you value, making choices that support your long-term goals, your well-being.
Exactly, finding that balance, enjoying the present while investing in the future. Speaking of investing, we can't forget about earning more, not just saving more.
Right. I think that's something people often overlook. We get so focused on budgeting, cutting back, that we forget about the other side of the equation, increasing our income.
Exactly, like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You can keep patching those holes, but if you don't increase the flow of water coming in, you'll never really reach your goals.
That's such a good analogy. So what are some practical ways to, open up the flow, generate more income?
Well, it's about leverage. Those high-impact activities that create a ripple effect. A small amount of effort, but a much larger result. Maybe it's acquiring a high-demand skill, building a side hustle, finding ways to automate those income streams.
So working smarter, not just harder, making sure your efforts are really aligned with your goals. We also talked about leveraging your worth, especially during negotiations.
Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Do your research, highlight your accomplishments, present yourself confidently. Even if you don't get everything you ask for, the act of negotiating, it sends a powerful message.
Shows that you value your time, your skills.
Yeah.
Now, this one, I'll admit, surprised me at first. The idea that tracking your finances can actually reduce financial stress.
It does seem counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It does.
But it's about shifting from scarcity and fear to a feeling of awareness and control.
When you're tracking your income and your expenses, you get a clear picture of where your money's going and why.
Exactly. You can make more informed decisions, identify areas to cut back, find opportunities to increase that income, taking control, feeling empowered to manage your money well.
So important. And speaking of empowering yourself, the video also talked about the importance of continuous learning when it comes to, personal finance.
Right. The financial landscape, it's constantly changing. So you got to stay curious, seek out knowledge, adapt to those new challenges, explore books, podcasts, online courses, talk to financial advisors.
Find what resonates with you. Make learning a regular part of your routine. But just as important, we got to put all that knowledge into action.
Absolute. Knowledge without action, it's like a car without an engine. You can have all the potential, but if you don't actually start driving, you won't get anywhere.
It's about those small steps, building momentum, creating those positive habits, and one of the simplest yet most powerful is paying yourself first.
Treat your savings goals like those non-negotiable expenses. Set aside a certain percentage each month before you even think about other expenses, and automate it. Make it effortless and consistent.
Set it and forget it. We also explore the idea that sometimes working for someone else can limit earning potential. Encourage you to consider the possibilities of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's not the right path for everyone, but it's worth exploring. Even if you're not ready to start a business right now, that entrepreneurial mindset, it can open up new opportunities, help you leverage your skills, your passions in new ways.
And remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone.
Embrace those setbacks, learn from them, build resilience, keep moving forward.
Be patient, persistent, and celebrate those wins, no matter how small.
And most importantly, remember, money is a tool, not the end goal.
What truly matters to you. Use money as a means to achieve those goals. Create a life you love.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive. Hopefully it's been insightful, empowering. Now go out there and make those money moves.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time for another deep dive.